You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Chief Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Crisis After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Crisis After Show.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Work. Hey everyone, we are here and back here for Crisis. This is Season 1, Episode 9, You Do Not Know War. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Crazy, right? We missed you guys. You better tell us you missed us too.
Yeah, comment.
So. Your comments say that you have, so we've appreciated that. But definitely we are back on the scene, and this episode was nuts. I am so glad.
This was the perfect way to start the season, the episode again.
It was.
It was great.
It was good.
And again, I told you I wasn't going to talk about the heart palpitations, but this one was serious. This was serious heart palpitations.
This was definitely some moments. Just to introduce ourselves, I am Stacy, your host, and I am here with my lovely co-host. Introduce yourself, girly.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney Tezeno, and again, heart palpitations. So
right. It was intense. It was intense. We are just, I can't even.
I wish we could just take a moment to breathe because that is how I was feeling the whole episode. Like I had no time.
She was in the booth like making fun of us the whole time, I'm sure, because we were really doing too much, you guys.
We were, but I'm sure you were screaming at home too because this was crazy.
Yeah. So this episode, we're finally come back. Like I said, we're here for episode 9, and it's been a while. We saw in the backstory there was some stuff. Basically, FBI is getting closer and closer to figuring out where Francis Gibson is, and this episode they included the president in that. And this was another parent mission. There hasn't been a parent mission that's been this intense, I would say.
No,
ever.
Not nearly.
The only other one was the bomb, the fake bomb one. That was pretty intense.
That was intense. No, I actually think the one, that one guy, he was super scary. You remember he had that team?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was a crazy one because he did have a whole team. That was crazy. Yeah,
he was crazy. But
this was one that I was thinking, okay, this has to do with government. You know what I mean? Like it was past government and it created a war basically, which freaked me out. I had no idea how much power this one woman had.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really crazy because her husband was so shocked that she did what she did, that she was a spy. And that was
she dishonored him.
Yeah. He like lost his mind. He was like, I don't even know who that woman is anymore and she's not my wife. I was like, this is really not the time for that. She needs you. You need to figure that out. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess I could ask.
I think this episode was so intense, but it was still funny and emotional.
Yeah,
great job, writers.
Definitely.
Like, absolutely great.
Yeah.
So screaming, almost crying,
crying.
Oh, I literally almost cried. We're
going
to get to that, but
I had to do some stuff, y'all, to get ready for the show. I lost it.
It was pretty
intense. So what would you think about being married to a spy? Like if you found out
if I found out in that intense moment when like the world is falling apart, I would probably be pretty upset. I'd probably be in the same, having that, not even angry. I feel like I would be missing something. Like, wait, have I been dealing with this person like 20 years and like now the world is ending and you're the reason the world is ending? I'd be pretty like, I just wouldn't have any feeling, honestly.
Exactly.
But if I were to find out in not such an intense situation, I would kind of think it's cool because now I have some protection and you're pretty awesome and you're married to me.
Right, as long as you I don't need to know too much about work. But anyway, okay, so that was crazy. But what were you going to say?
Oh, no. I just really wanted to get into, basically the spy we're talking about is Mrs. Liao. How do you
Liao?
Liao, yes. Mrs. Liao. She was put on a parent mission to basically start this huge cyber attack. And I guess, well, she's a part of the Chinese
Yeah, she's a part of the Chinese government, but she's a, so she's a spy for them, but she lives in America.
Exactly. So basically, she set up. Basically, Francis knew like how much power she had and that she was a spy.
Goodness, he did.
Because I couldn't have even written this, but he knew how much power she had and that she could shut everything down and still not be. She would have backup from China because she's a spy.
Exactly.
So basically, Francis is pretty freaking smart. He did all of this just so he could buy time for Jonas to start his
his poison. Yeah, basically for other soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. So he could basically get against Widener. All of this, like shutting the world down, getting the spot, like killing people,
and you know
is
what
because
was really,
of Widener.
Yeah,
I think that's crazy.
You know what was really interesting? Jonas made a really good point. He said, because he, Francis basically said to him, hey, we're here to get Widener. Don't you want to get Widener? That's how you're going to get free. And he said, if you wanted to just get Widener, there are so many other ways you could have went about it. How could this be the easiest way? And he was thinking, well, it's not, but this is the way I chose, and you need to either be about it or not.
That's sick.
Yeah, he is sick.
Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
I guess because Francis is not seeing everything that's happening, like when the world shut down, it seemed like there's people crashing into each other. Everyone's in the hospital. Like we saw veins and like blood,
that was like
and
intense.
It just was crazy.
That was intense.
So like,
great job, makeup artists.
Absolutely great job. But again, like these are innocent people dying just because you're trying to get back at someone.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like just do a shootout, like a normal. I just don't understand.
It's crazy because just seeing how far a parent will go for their child. Because when she made that video, I lost it. It was when the tears. So sad. She was like, I'm basically going to be dead or in prison, but that's what I did for you because it doesn't matter. Every single parent has showed those same traits.
Yes, she showed it on a very grand scale, but that's how much your parents really care about you. And that's when they said, how far would you go for your child? She did it.
She deserved
that far. A trophy.
She deserved jail time.
She deserved jail time, but out of all of those parents, she did the absolute most for her child.
And the sad part is she still lost her son at the end. I could not handle. I really lost it during that time. And it was just crazy. I don't want to jump ahead. We're not going to go there.
No, it doesn't even matter.
I just really want to say that I can't believe that Francis somehow still puts it in his pocket. I understand. Well, I don't understand why he had to kill the son, but I know you mentioned that it was because he's trying to prove to the next set of parents, look, like your child, son or daughter, will die if you don't do what I ask.
If you fail your mission. So that's the whole point. Francis, his plan, I don't think he even saw any of this coming. He thought, okay, each parent's going to do what they have to do for their child, but he didn't realize that some of them have a conscience.
Yeah,
some of them don't want the whole world to die for your plan.
Yeah.
So I think that was the ultimate sacrifice.
How is everyone going to know that one kid died? Like, who sends the message out to the other people?
I don't think they send a message out, but that'll be a good. I mean, they found out how the other kids were.
Yeah,
I guess they saw a video or something, but it has to be known that he's gone.
Okay.
Because first of all, they have to tell his parents, which means it's gonna get around to them. Like they're just not gonna be like, oh, our Chinese friend is gone.
Right.
They're gonna find out.
Right. Well, and
then they had a witness, Ian.
Yeah, but Ian. I don't know what Ian's gonna do with that information. You know what I mean? Like every time he gets placed in a situation where he knows stuff, he always like messes it up.
I know, but honestly, I think it's because he's telling the wrong people.
Exactly.
And it's poor Kyle. Kyle is in the worst position.
Kyle and Finley and Dunn, they're all in the worst position.
Kyle and Beth Ann are in pretty darn bad
positions.
Beth Ann
actually,
they're in the worst positions because one, she's so loyal to her father that she is actually becoming an extension of his craziness. And she is becoming an extension of Mr. Gibson. And I know genes are strong, but like she's bossing these people around like
that's the thing. She thinks she's saving them, and I get that. She's put in that position. She's trying to be the good one. She thinks her dad's doing the same. That's the thing. Like I don't understand how the kids keep being in these situations and somehow they still don't find out the truth.
They're children. If he is freaking controlling the world and everyone, come on now, he can easily control children and he has their loyalty. So now
I know. And even after this episode, he's probably still gonna have Ian's loyalty, even though he
has Ian and Kyle's loyalty and his daughter, of course.
And those are three of the biggest troublemakers and the ones who have been the most vocal. Everybody else, I mean, I thought Amber was gonna be on that team too, but she's been kind of, I mean, since her baby boy died, she's kind of like
she's
chilling.
Probably sobbing in a corner.
I know, which is just disgust. But that's a whole nother situation.
It's not disgust.
It's not disgust. It's just like it's a teacher. That's a whole nother story, people. So
teachers are great. Anyways,
Well, I mean, just you shouldn't be dating your teacher is what I'm saying in high
agree.
school.
I
So
completely agree.
yeah. But with that said, I think it is just really crazy that somehow, like I said, they keep editing it so perfectly where I will see Francis do something bad and I'm thinking the kids got him and somehow they don't. Because we never touched on
Oh, go ahead.
Or we never touched on last episode how they were in that room. They could hear things through the telephone, you know, the one that got broken or
and
whatever.
They never got any
information.
They never thought anything of it. I think they're honestly stupid. They really think that Francis is just back there. Oh, I'm just being tied
I'm
for
like,
all
why
of us.
is he the only one being y'all?
Exactly. No one has sense. No one. Like I don't think any. Like you can't learn.
And
this
he comes
stuff
out
in
whenever
school.
he wants. Like, come on, Dad, what's going on back there? Well, you know, they got me tied up. It's like,
But exactly,
it doesn't make sense.
First of all, his whole demeanor is changing. He was so shaky in the beginning, and now every time he comes out, he sounds like he's like trouble.
One of them. He's like, so yeah, we should really do this. We should escape. And I'm like, you're sounding really weird. You don't sound scared or like they do.
You don't sound scared. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry, but you don't sound like your finger has been cut off anymore. You're not shaky. You are completely just.
Definitely.
You're just. I don't know. I don't see why they're not picking up on it when they have everything showing that he could possibly be it. But I mean, that's hard for even the FBI to figure out that like this person is not just a hostage. He's the mastermind. Like who thinks of that?
Right. I think it's really crazy because, like I said, if we go back to the parent mission, Miss Liao, how she executed what she did and where she escaped and how many people she had on her side, it was just so crazy because I wasn't even sure if they were going to find her. You know what I mean? Just because the way it was set up, I was thinking this lady's obviously very smart. If she's working for Francis, she's smarter right now and she has the upper hand.
Well, he knew what he was getting.
Exactly.
That was his. I think this parent was an ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
For somebody to be able to shut down all security so you can like have your time to do this thing.
He's like, I need a break. Like, that's crazy.
Because he knows how close they're getting to him. They won. The FBI knows. Well, at least Finley and Dunn know that it's him.
Exactly.
And they're getting closer and closer to finding the kids. He needs to buy some time.
Exactly.
So this was the greatest person to get because one, she's a spy. She's gonna basically keep all of her tracks. Like she's gonna.
Ooh, when she put that stuff on the computer.
I'm like, is it chloroform?
I was like, you guys are
Whatever
never gonna find that out. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, I think she honestly, man, she played that role so well. Every time she cried, I cried. Every time she had a moment, I had a moment. I didn't have a moment when she shot people, but that's another story. She is dope. Like she was a very good parent to use, and it sucks because she's
the one parent that lost.
That I know. I'm sure there was another parent that's lost. There has to be.
Not to that extent. Not to that extent.
Oh,
no
man.
one
She came back to her senses.
Yeah, and what hurt me more is the fact that like she was not him. The boy was basically telling Beth Ann like I'm all that my mother has. Like in China you can only have one son. So
and I wish before he died he told Beth Ann about his dream. That's what I'm saying. No one is expressing what they know.
I was about to say fortune teller. He's a psychic. I told you this kid is psychic.
Like, no, he was like, it wasn't just a dream. I'm like, no, and you should have done something about it. I mean, it sucks because I don't know who he could have told.
That's some freaking intuition.
But that was some great, like, he had it. He had it in the bag, and he didn't say anything. At least before he died, we could have had some kind of information. Not necessarily telling Beth Ann, because she probably wouldn't have believed it, but telling Kyle, Ian, if you would have told Ian.
I don't think Kyle, because Kyle is like, oh, you found a kitchen, you found this, that, go tell Gibson.
Right.
And he also shot the person that was trying to kill Gibson. So but Kyle is not it.
Everyone's being sidetracked. No one can really tell what's going on because Gibson has played it so well where he's putting distractions in everyone's way.
Not only he has made everybody feel, I don't know, like all of the kids trust him. He has trust from the kids. Once you get someone's trust, you pretty much have them.
Exactly.
And that is...
It's really sickening. And I think for comic relief, you guys saw the grandmother, Miss Liao's mother-in-law. She was so funny. Can we just talk about her for 5 seconds?
Yes.
She basically called her son weak.
My son is weak.
And
my daughter-in-law, they would not even let me stay at the house.
I stay at an apartment.
At my apartment.
She was like, she's at my apartment, the place she rents out for me because I can't stay at my son's house. I thought that was hilarious. Like, I literally could feel that. I'm like, ooh, foreign parents, definitely. That's it. Just sound, I'm Nigerian. I've heard it before. So that
I've heard it too, but I'm not Nigerian.
Right. It's just, that was so funny. I was like, this she's perfect. She was so funny when she called her son weak, which I felt bad about, but not really.
I didn't feel bad at all because he was in his feelings. He was like,
I don't really want to be with her anymore.
How do you? I don't even know who she is. I'm like, just tell us where she is.
Wrong time.
Tell us where she is. We don't care about your relationship with her.
Just, not right now.
We know, you know what she looks like. Great. Where's she
Exactly. So we can go ahead and move on to Widener and Olsen, basically CIA versus FBI. I was really hoping this episode, Olsen nailed it, and he did, but we did discuss how you guys saw when Olsen basically, he basically moved Widener to the side and told him that I'm coming for you. I thought that was amazing because it was very honest and it was very, I'm on to you,
and it was very stupid.
It was stupid.
It was absolutely stupid because you are not supposed to give this person the upper hand. As Stacy said before, like there's so many conversations being had about Widener that should not be said.
Exactly.
Because he has now he knows what you know, so now he can work around that.
Exactly.
You are stupid.
He should have just said. He should have played dumb. I thought he was playing dumb until he basically exposed that he knew.
About the video.
Yeah, and oh man, the video. I can't even get into that yet. But I just think it was Olsen. The fact that he knows made me really happy. But the fact that he just exposed that, I'm like, you basically gave up your tool.
You gave your upper hand.
And now Widener's onto you more than you think you're onto him.
But see, now it's only... Okay, Olsen, he's out of it. He's pretty much been out of it this whole time. Now he's up to date, but he's still not going to be helpful. I think, honestly, it's all about Finley and Dunn.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get into predictions, but basically they know how big of an asset that Finley is.
Exactly. And I think just the fact that Widener, I mean, now that you mentioned the video, when that video came on about what's been going on with the squad, what are they, evil called? CIA evil squad? Or
CIA...
I don't know what to call them. Hit squad, exactly. So when that video was exposed, which I was really surprised that Francis let that. It was Francis. He did that.
Yeah, he leaked it.
How could he leak that? I mean, I get it. He hates Widener, but that's more on Widener, and that's like the whole country. That makes all of us look crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now soldiers. All the media outlets have this,
and they don't know what to do with it.
No idea. They're just gonna we found this.
They're just
new
airing
footage.
it. Yeah, it's crazy. You can't air stuff like that for people to see.
And now people are gonna be scared. One, the world just almost shut down and went to war, whatever.
Right after.
And then now we have this huge footage of people killing each other.
And then you don't really know what's going on. We didn't see what the news report was, so we weren't really sure. Did they back it up with information, or did they just say we discovered this?
I'm sure they had a little bit of information. He had to give them something. But I'm just like, if I see this on my 10 o'clock news, I am packing my stuff and going overseas. There's no way that I'm staying in America when everything just shut down and all of a sudden there's people killing each other.
You don't know what's going on.
Not just people, soldiers killing civilians.
Yes.
I could get shot. I'm leaving.
Exactly. I mean, really, there was no... I don't know. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I feel like I would react the exact same way, and I'd just be out. So I don't know why they felt like it was necessary to expose that video like that. I get it, Francis, you're slick, but wow, that was a huge jab. Mm-hmm. And obviously they noticed. I love the way the episode ended because they all stared at Widener when he got his perfect phone call at the perfect timing. All of a sudden, this video's up, and Widener gets a phone call. I mean, we know he's involved
without not the auto tune, but without all the muffle from Francis. You're having a conversation with the mastermind.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Widener, shut it down.
Why are they not
tapping the information? I'm pretty sure Olsen's got a plan. Ooh, predictions. I'm pretty sure Olsen's got, because he has to. At this point, he's got to figure out a way to be a step ahead because he already told Widener, I know what's going on with you. So I have to figure out a way to do something.
So now he needs to figure out how to get evidence.
Exactly.
The video's out. Exactly. That's evidence enough. Now we need to see who's behind this video. Who did this, that, and the other. So they need to tap into his stuff.
And I love that the president wasn't so fond of Widener in this episode either, because maybe that'll help us get him on, the FBI side and then finally get him to totally expose Widener, because it was very obvious that he was unsure about Widener's advice and everything Widener had to say about certain situations, So I think that was cool because the president hasn't been involved as much. But the fact that he's back, I was thinking, okay, cool. Let's get him there. Definitely. But I thought it was sad that Agent Hurst's wife had to come and hear about her husband. That was pretty sad.
That was sad, and I'm so glad that he did not completely expose it by saying that Kyle killed Hurst, because that would just change things.
That's
I'm like,
too much.
We don't need a war on families
all over.
Like,
plus, they don't know the real information. They don't know why and everything, and how.
That'll drive someone crazy if you don't know the information. And then the president doesn't really know the information.
He doesn't, no.
Because they can't give him everything.
Exactly.
So.
And she would just be like, wait, your son killed my husband, so how are we supposed to move forward? It would be too much.
How are we supposed to work together?
Exactly. exactly. I'm supposed to trust you, but did you send him? I mean, that's probably a lot for one woman to handle. So, you know, but.
So he handled it well. Very well.
The hug part, you're screaming.
I was like, please don't tell her. Please. That would have just been too much. But.
Gosh.
The president, I really am starting to like his role because, like you said before, he was not even in on anything. And now he is in. You're starting to see that his loyalty is kind of more towards the FBI.
Yeah.
Which I hope
because he
continues.
trusts them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First of all, Agent Finley had a relationship with Hearst. Hearst had a relationship with the president, and he trusts Hearst. So anything that Finley is saying is almost like Hearst is saying.
Exactly.
So
very true. Very true. And it's so sad because I wish at least there was a last word between Hearst and President so he could say something, give him some kind of information. But that's very true. The fact that the fact that Finley sees Hearst the way he does, that's awesome. Because that means that we can at least clear Hearst's names in a positive way when this is all over. Because right now it does look like he's the one, even though it shouldn't. But, you know, the way Francis has it, it looks like it from the inside. So, you know, but we would love to know what you guys think. We're kind of squirming in our toes about everything that happened this episode. So you got to make sure that you check us out on AfterBuzz.com. Also check us out on YouTube for our shows for the rest of the season, which we're really pumped about to be back, like we said. So make sure you leave us 5 stars, give us your comments, leave us a song, because I don't think anyone's done that.
Michael B.
You have not done that. So make sure, and also check us out on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at OneTakeStace and on Instagram. And where can they find you?
And you guys can find me at Tezeno's on Instagram and on Twitter. So tweet me, call me, tweet me. Not tweet. Call me.
So make
I didn't give my number.
So make sure you check us out there, and we would love to know what you thought about this episode and about next week's episode when we get to predictions. So with that said, are we ready to talk about, I mean, we kind of brushed on everyone, but we can definitely go into
more
the kids.
into detail about the kids.
Yes.
I mean, we already have basically established their trust is in to Gibson. So now
Which is so annoying. Like, how did that happen?
Exactly. I mean, because one, he's the only parent outside of all the kids that was kidnapped with them.
Right.
So all of the kids have a certain amount of trust with him.
Very true.
So that's why I think they're really depending on him to tell them, like, who are these people that kidnapped us? They trust him. But I think, I mean, we can go into detail about Ian, but I think Kyle is ruining so much. He's trying so hard to be a hero, but he's really like a few steps back every time. Like, he's doing the opposite of what he needs to do. And that's ultimate brainwash.
But it sucks because it started in the beginning, and that's the thing. Francis orchestrated it so perfectly that it's not really Kyle's fault at this point. Like, let's just say Hearst was the person. Everything Kyle would be doing up until now would be perfect.
Exactly.
You know, but because he just happened to get the wrong person in the beginning, everything after that's just going to be a complete backwards mess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now he's listening to everything that Gibson has to say. Also the fact that, you know, the person he loves, or whatever teenagers call it, the person he loves, I don't know,
definitely
like
lust.
Puppy love,
right?
Beginner stage, who cares? But anyways, because that's his lover's father,
right?
Obviously, like, you don't want to step on your girl's toes, and this is your dad.
When are you going to tell her, by the way, I think your dad's actually the one who orchestrated all of this? I mean, yeah, right.
And
we know how crazy Beth is. She would lose it.
She would lose it.
I knew you didn't love me. I'm sure. I'm positive that's what she'd say. I knew you didn't care about me, and I'd be like, Beth, I'm over it.
See, she would just, and I think that the only person that would be on his team is his daughter, which is what he wanted all along. He's getting everything
He's getting everything he wants. And it's crazy because we haven't seen anything about his wife in a really long time. And I would love to know. A wife. I know. And I would love to know what she's thinking right now, when they're going to go back to her house. Because I'm thinking they should have interviewed her to ask her, how upset was your husband when he left the CIA? What was he feeling? Did he go around marching? Did he hide around in the night? Like, did he get out of the bed at 4 a.m? How was he feeling? That needs to happen. You know what I mean? That's some information that we could, because then we could pinpoint Francis, we can make sure it's him, and then they can move on. Yeah, and they can stop saying, like, we're guessing.
Exactly. Right now they need evidence. Everything makes sense. But until they have evidence, that's when Gibson is going to continue to have this plan going.
And he knows exactly where they are. And it sucks because Francis has Jonas. And when they had Jonas, they were getting so close. They probably, they almost would have nailed it. You know what I mean? He knew exactly where the house was. And he was taking them there. And it just sucks that Francis came in.
I have a bad prediction.
Don't get into it. I'm scared.
But yeah, well, no, I actually want to get into it. Okay, I'm gonna hold my tongue.
I want to talk about Finley, and then we could definitely jump into predictions. Okay, so with
write
Finley,
down predictions.
Yes, please write down your prediction because I do not want to miss it. So Finley was awesome this episode. Lance Gross, okay, this is your last chance.
You need to come.
You need to come and see us at AfterBuzz. Obviously, we have a great time. The couch is comfortable. There are 2 pillows. I'm looking at it now.
Beautiful.
You know, I've already memorized how we're gonna do this, so. You need to come. We'll tweet you tomorrow. That's all I'm saying about that.
Serious this time. We have made pictures. We have tweeted you. We're doing the absolute most. Just come in.
Just come on, because we need to talk about how you do the most on the show. But with that said, you were awesome this episode, and he was so intuitive, and that's what I love. The president, I love how he actually tuned into what he was saying, because you know sometimes you're thinking
everyone else didn't listen to Finley.
Exactly.
I love that the main
and him and Dunn are practicing the way. What time to approach. Could you see how Dunn was like, don't talk, let Widener get it out, let Olsen get it out. Okay, now you fight your stuff. And then Finley went to him, said what his information was, said what he thought his prediction was. And the president was like, okay, cool, let's go with that.
I think it's funny how the rookie is the person that is like solving everything.
Totally.
Work. They better not hurt him.
Well, that's another prediction.
No, that's not my prediction. He's not dying.
But I think he was really cool this episode, and I love again Agent Finley and Agent Dunn's relationship. It's always getting stronger. It's always getting better, and I love how he stood up for her when she was basically saying your people attacked my sister last night. Your people attacked me last night. And Finley was like, yeah, I was there for her. And how does she even come to work? I don't know. But I was
impressed, but I also thought that was backhanded of Widener to basically after like, oh, it's so great that you're here at the job after such a traumatic situation.
You
caused it.
Isn't that terrible?
You twisted, sick individual.
They're all crazy. I mean, Widener and Francis are straight crazy. Because I really want to know at the end of the day, you were right. Maybe they should just have a shootout.
They should.
Have 3 people on each team and just play dodgeball.
No.
Shoot, I don't know.
It should be one-on-one with these crazies. They need one bullet, one shot.
Oh, man.
That is it.
Wow. What kind of game would that be? I would literally like for them to just wrap it up. Because this is ridiculous. There are just like I said, I will never forget what Jonas said. If this is all you wanted to get back at Widener or to get back at Francis, this is a ridiculous way to go about it.
What if there's more?
More than this?
What if there's something deeper? Because again, we only saw that flashback of where it was at Beth Ann's birthday party and they had the gun on her.
Right.
We don't know the entire backstory. Yes,
no, we don't.
He's ex-CIA. We don't know why, but there's probably more for it to be this extreme.
That's what I'm saying. They need to get to the wife. She's quote unquote close with both of them. Why haven't they interviewed her yet? We need to know what she thinks.
She slept with Widener. That's why.
I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it. I would not in a bad way, but I wouldn't. I mean, she was very loving when he got there, and she was very.
Oh, you're nice. Loving.
Well, okay, so you look. I'm gonna keep it at nice. She was very open to his suggestions of sexual encounters. That's what I'm gonna say.
This is deeper than that. She was supposed to marry Widener. I'm sorry.
That's a little much. She just married the wrong person. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Okay, no,
Francis
but I think
will blow up the country.
What I'm saying is,
unfortunately,
I think this has something more to do than just what we were thinking.
Right.
So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think it could be the extra thing that's putting everybody over the edge?
Right.
Like Widener and Francis are they're going a little too far. So, what do you guys think is the thing that's causing all of this? Just let us know.
I think it's been nuts, the fact that we can really dwindle this down to Francis and Widener. And I'm sure everyone agrees, but with that said, at the end of the day, when are they? I just want to know what they're going to do about next episode in terms of the phone call that Widener got. Mm-hmm. I just want to know how they're going to really. Because I mean, let's be real.
I hope they tap
into
his stuff.
Perfect time. Yeah. Perfect time. That was stupid. Didn't make any sense. Why he got a phone call and everyone else is just chilling watching this terrible video.
I mean, first of all, Agent Dunn and Finley knew that the video's out now. He's going to get phone calls from either his puppets or his hit squad, or from someone. Exactly. So they're not stupid.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty much at the point that I want to get into predictions.
Thank you.
Because I'm ready to hear what she obviously is all over her head. She is like, y'all need to see her face. She's like, can I just say what I need to say? Okay, so you go first. What is your prediction?
My prediction is extreme, but Jonas is going to die. He's going to your face.
How could you not prepare me for something like that? Jonas is my favorite.
He's my favorite too, but Jonas will die because he's the only thing.
Who's gonna kill him?
I don't know who's gonna kill. Hey, I'm not a mind reader.
Girl,
I'm not
you had a prediction.
Kid.
You better figure it out.
I am not a mind reader. I can't predict that. But I think in order for it to be some type of twist, in order for all this madness to stop, it can't even be a matter of what side Jonas is on. I think he has to get hurt or killed or something. He has to get taken out of the game, so this is more of a fair playing ground. Because right now, it's on Gibson, right? He's the one that's winning right now because he has Jonas. If no one has Jonas, who wins? I think they both will lose, which is what I want. I want Widener and I want Gibson to lose. So let's kill Widener.
No, you said.
I mean, kill Jonas. Oh yeah, kill Widener too, but kill Jonas. I think Jonas may get killed. I think that would really give me a few heart palpitations. I might have a heart attack actually.
See, because okay, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. I hate your prediction because I love Jonas, and if he dies, I will be really sad. I can't handle.
I did not say I want him to.
It sounded like you did.
Oh, I do. I love.
I'm getting I'm getting actually emotional right now.
All right, no need to get him. Okay,
calm down. I love that guy. You
calm down. I do not want him to die, but the only way that because obviously I don't know what's in the writer's heads, but from what we have, I'm just thinking like Jonas is the only thing keeping this thing going because everyone's trying to get him. So if he's taken, okay, let's say he's not killed. Say they ship him to another country or
let's do that.
Or he runs or something like that. Then that levels the playing field because he is the key to it all. Gibson even told him that. So I think something has to change with Jonas in order for us to see a change in everything.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm thinking next episode we're going to see Mel. We didn't get to see her this episode. And so I'm thinking we're just going to have some kind of encounter with her, hopefully with Jonas. I'm hoping that they eventually start talking again. I know that's kind of crazy because he's with Francis right now, but I'm really hoping there is something back with the older sister and Jonas comes up. And I'm also thinking that, because I'm thinking it's time. And I feel like he has no one to confide with. Even though he doesn't trust her, she still wants the kids out. And he wants that too at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I think it might be something deeper with them. And I don't know how he's going to contact her when there's no cell service. He doesn't know where she is.
Look, she knows how to. I feel like she could figure it out.
No, because then she would have figured out how to get there.
I guess you're right. I don't know. I feel like there has to be some kind of communication between them.
It's probably going to be something. I just don't know how.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Oh, we never know. But like you said, these writers, they got it in the bag. So I'm hoping that happens. And I'm also hoping something with Olsen and Widener really take off. Like this was just the beginning. This was a, hey, I'm on you. This is, hey, I'm looking at your back and I'm checking my front too, just to make sure that you're not crazy. But I'm hoping Olsen uses not only, oh crap, water just spilled. Anyway, I'm hoping she's laughing. I'm hoping that Olsen finally uses Agent Dunn, Agent Finley, and the president, and they all team up against Widener. That's what I'm hoping.
That would be ideal.
Wouldn't that be
a perfect world? Yeah. But the world is not perfect.
It's not. But this world obviously is just—it's a nutbag. Like I don't know what's going on in this world, but
yeah. I'm not even my prediction. I'm excited to see who the next parent is because if this is not the most important parent,
who is?
And who's the most important parent? Because
beautiful.
I'm thinking it's Meg because we haven't seen them do a parent mission for her yet necessarily.
No,
not a real parent mission, have we?
Yeah, she did the photo thing and got the photo into the FBI, and the photo had. At the beginning, it wasn't as intense. And basically, if it's not Meg, I want to see who is better than Meg. Because Meg is intertwined with a lot of different people. Exactly.
So I'm just interested to see who's going to be better than this last one, because this was insane.
This was good.
Yeah.
This was very good.
This was a lot to take in.
We are really, really hoping you guys have something to say about what we're thinking, especially our predictions, because we'd love to know what you guys think. So make sure you check us out and leave your comments below because we'd love to read them. We read them every week. With that said, we're going to sign off. So make sure you check us out. You can find me at Twitter and on Instagram at OneTakeStace. And where can they find you again?
And guys, you can tweet me at Teznos, and you can like and comment under my Instagram at Teznos as well. So yeah,
okay.
We're breathing now.
This was that episode. This was that episode where everybody takes a deep breath. Obviously, I'm spilling water. Can't even handle myself out here. It's serious. So you guys make sure you check us out next week. We will see you soon.
See ya. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.